Don't forget to click that subscribe and bell icon to receive a notification each time I upload a new video. So I've taken a break to working in the garden. We've had such lovely weather over the last few days that I've literally been spending most of it from almost sun up till sundown, either sat up or digging. So I thought I would take a break away from the garden and come and do page 13 in my volume of the dolls. So again today I've already put my clips on the corners of the page because I want to use another napkin. So this is another one that was being sent to me in Happy Mail recently. Can't remember which pack or which Happy Mail this actually came in, or from who I should say, but I'm sure if you recognise this and you sent it to me, you'll please identify yourself in the comments below, because I can't remember. So I'm doing what I usually do with the ply, and that is just go around the outside just to wet it slightly, just to make it easier to tear. And I think I've probably got another ply under this. Is probably it is a 3-ply napkin, so that's good. So if I lift that off now, there we go. It's going to make it even easier to tear. So if I just quickly go around that side, there, and then pull, it feathers the edge quite nicely as well, which means that when you come to stick this down again, it will blend a bit more seamlessly. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm also going to do a second one, which I'm going to flip over to kind of mirror one side of the page to the other, which I haven't done yet with one of these napkins. So again, this is going to be a little bit different. Shouldn't be that much different, but a little bit different. So I can put that to one side for use on another day, because there's still another 6 panels on that. So we've got that side, and hopefully when this is stuck down, that will become more translucent and that pattern will show through on both pages. So let's just grab the book back, or bring the book back as 'twere, and then we want some matte medium excuse me, plenty of. Ooh, I always wrestle with the tops on these ones. So we'll start with the left hand page first. So let's get some matte medium down on there. Grab a brush. Hopefully that is a clean brush. Yes. And then, ooh. Right, up and down. Plenty of gel medium on there, and what's left over we can just salvage for that side. So I'm going to grab, lay that down. Ooh, it needs to be fairly in the middle, like so, and then gently just brush out from the centre to the outside. That minimises the chances of you tearing your napkin, and then that will just disappear gently into the background. Look at that. I forgot I had my telephone in my pocket and it's just beeped at me, which is what you probably just heard. So let's get the next one. Up and down, get it wet, and then I'm going to flip it the opposite way around and lay. I probably need a bit more actually. A bit more on there. That'll do. And I'm going to turn it upside down, try and lay it out so it's pretty much the same, and then again go that way. And with any luck, that pattern will show through just as much as the one on the other side, which is a really cool way of being able to mirror your pattern. But if it is just a little bit more subdued, because it is on the other side, that's okay. Don't mind that at all. So there we go. So we've got that real nice effect there. Almost looks like a page from a field note journal, doesn't it? So I need to get that dried off. Once that's dry, I'll be right back. Okay, so those are now dry. As you can see, the left-hand side of the napkin was the one that was printed on the front. The right-hand side was the reverse. So it's virtually imperceptible, the differences between the front and the back, which is a great way of being able to flip and reverse the image on any of those tissue paper or napkins that you've got. So I'm very happy with the way, or the colour that's come through with that, and I love the fact that you still can see the words behind everything, even through the image. You can still see through the flower there, look, the words showing through from the page underneath, which is cool. I like that a lot. So the next thing I want to do is to add some stenciling. So I've brought out one of the very early Tim Holtz layering stencils. So this is the raise, and you can tell it's one of the early ones because it's number 3. And the later ones, they stopped printing on them as well, so I don't need to put a label on this one because it still says what it is. So what I want to do on this one is I'm going to add some sunbursts with some yellow paint. So we've got sunny day, which exactly is what it is outside today, but also it's perfect for what I want to do for this art journal page. So I want to add some water to that because I want it fairly runny. The yellow is going to be fairly translucent anyway, because that's just the nature of yellow paint, not as opaque as some. So I'm just going to keep adding some water until it's kind of wet enough. And then I'm going to go through this stencil, which is kind of grungy anyway, and then just fade it through. Excuse the noise of my phone. I should remember to turn it off, shouldn't I really? It's a bit rude of me leaving it on. And then just bring that through. It doesn't matter if it goes over the butterfly a little bit, which is on there. Don't mind that in the slightest. Okay, so we've got that. So we've got the sunbursts coming through, but I want to kind of try and extend those a little bit so they come down further. So I'm just going to layer it up and then go back over. There we go. Just bring it down. That should do us for that one. Yeah, that's perfect. And what I'm going to do there is I'm then going to flip the stencil around and then just repeat the process at this side. So again, I've got that kind of mirroring image on the other side, and I'm not being ultra careful because it's an art journal page when all's said and done, and it don't really matter. So we'll go over a little bit on that butterfly there, just a tad, just over the top, and see what we've got. Like that. Sunbeam from up above. Let's just extend those. Just bring that down a little bit, maybe just after that butterfly there, and then bring in that one there. Yeah, look at that. We've got a bright sun rays, but we can extend it past there if we want to. So just lay that down on top, just follow the line of your sun rays. Just kind of captures a little bit more, doesn't it? So let's just move that clip out of the way and see if we can do the same thing again over here. My fingers are getting increasingly covered in yellow paint, but that's fine. We have to make sacrifices for our art. And if mine is getting yellow paint all over my fingers, then so be it. Let's just extend that one down a bit further down at the bottom. Yeah, I think that will do. Happy with that. So put that to one side, get cleaned up here, get this dried off, clean my fingers, and I'll be back with you again in a few seconds. Okay, we're all dry. So my paper dolls for this page is going to be this rather lovely Victorian stroke Edwardian lady. And I've got also from one of my Tim Holtz ephemera packs one of these die cut flutterbys. Now I've already gone around the edges just to distress it a little because the die cutting's not right up to the edge and you're not really going to see the head of the butterfly anyway because I'm going to add them to the back of my lady. So I'm just going to take those out and then I'm going to cut the two leaves in half, wings in half, like so. And for the other page I've got one of the smaller, I think this is probably one of the last one of my little dancing girls, if you like. So she's also got her own little butterfly and I'm doing the same thing again. And I'm just going to quickly go around and trim out a little bit more of that white because I can get a little bit closer to it than that. And it's not exactly rocket science with the cutting out, is it? Just pull that and then I can go back round the opposite direction, or as we say sometimes, widdershins. There we go. That's one. And then I can just quickly whip round to the side. So there's my Yorkshire coming out. And then just quickly whip off. Don't have to be perfect or too accurate with this because, well, just because really. I've been doing this art journaling like quite many years now, and the word precise has never really ever been used or bandied around, so why start now? There we go. I mean, most people when they're creating their art journal pages, they're only doing it for themselves. Possibly they might show other people through Facebook or blog posts, but 9 times out of 10 we do this for ourselves anyway, so does it really matter? No, it doesn't. There we go. So there's the two butterflies for her, or wings for her. That will do for her there. And I can put the distress ink away. I might. Would that be funny if they were coming? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Okay, so wings. We need some glue. Now I've got some rather horrible PVA here. It's not nice PVA, but seeing as we're in lockdown and quarantine and all that kind of stuff, beggars can't be choosers. Haven't really got that much glue left, so I'm going to put it like that there. Just turn that over, and then I'm going to put the next bit like that. And then that is going to be like so, but coming out a little bit further. Tuck it behind a hat. There we go. I want to get the angle just right. And because it's PVA, it does dry clear, so it doesn't matter whether it just spludges out a little bit. Just a tad. I've got it all over the back of my fingers now. Okay, so she is going to go up there, and then on this one, this little girly here, just add a little splodge there. That can go just like so, and then do the same thing again, splodge of glue just on the back, and then I can just position that wing exactly as I want it. I like to do it so it just touches or just comes out of the nape of the neck, if I can. There we go. And again, just smooth out the glue. And I think we're just about ready to add them to the page. So I'm going to flip that over, just push it down a little, so I'll put a blob behind her hat, and then I can flip that over and layer down. Let's put her a bit further towards the bottom, like that. And now I'm going to get some of that glue squidging out of her hat because I put far too much on, but hey ho. And then little miss, put a little bit just on her head, wings, like so, and then just some on that bit of a leg there. That should do us. That should do us, and I'm going to put it so she looks like she's just about there. Okay, so I'm going to need just something just to weight this down again, just for a few moments, just till it grabs. So I'll grab something heavy like that, and something else heavy like that, and that should theoretically be enough to hold it in place for a few minutes while it grabs and dries. So I shall be back when that's done. Okay, so as you can see, they're now completely and utterly stuck down, and I've just jumped onto my computer while they were drying and just printed off the quick quote that I wanted to use for this art journal page. So we've got Sunbeams in there, which is perfect, which is why I've used this one. So this again is a quote from another Mamas and Papas song, seeing as I did one, I think on page 11, can't remember, I think it was page 11. This is page 13 now, so yes it was, because page 12 was We Are Family, so that was another song one. So I think when I did the Mamas and Papas quote one, I thought of this one as well at the same time, and thought, oh no, I'll do that one another day, and wrote it down on a little post-it note and put it on the inside of the book so I wouldn't forget. There you go, see? I tell no lies. So we'll have that, and we'll have that, like so. But I want to add a little bit of yellow just on those. So I'm going to use squeezed lemonade. Have I got a yellow? I have got a yellow one, look, there we go. Short of nothing I've got me. And there might actually be a little bit of, I think this is oxide actually, that's already on it. Just add a little bit of colour just into the background on that one. I didn't even need that squeezed lemonade, there's enough juice left on my blending foam to do the biz. How's that for being frugal, eh? Okay. So I think we're going to do that. Or should we do that and then that at the, I think we'll do that and that at the top. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Now then, glue-wise, what am I going to use? Because I really don't like that other stuff. Really, really don't like it. Let's see if I can, yeah, I've got some of this. Anita's tacky. So we'll add that to the back. And we'll put that there. And then this one. Like so. Give that a bit of a squeeze. Get rid of any excess. Okay, so while that's just grabbing, and while I was waiting for the glue to dry, I did actually go over with my clear gesso to get rid of the shine on both the butterfly wings and also on the paper dolls as well, because, you know, we don't like that shine on them. So the other thing, I'll take that clip off now. So they're dry, they're down, she's all stuck down. So I want to add, obviously, I want to add some splatters on here as well. So I just need to find my brush. And we're going to use some white gesso. So I think I've put my acrylic away, but that's all right. We'll just take some from there. We're not going to add too much water to this, I think, because I don't want it to be too watery. So we'll just add that, a little bit of that in the background. And if we get a little bit on her, which is fine. A little bit there, a little bit there. A little bit more paint on the brush. Subtles. Oh, we did get some on her head there. That's it. Some larger splats. Just add a little bit on there like that. Just adds that little bit of kind of like wistfulness to it. So we'll get that dry, get this cleaned up, and I'll be back again in a mo. Mint. Okay, so my splatters are pretty much dry. So I'm now going to just grab my Fude ball, I believe it's called, and then just go around just to make that pop a little bit. I'm not going to use my Stabilo all this time, only just for the sake of variety. Don't really think it needs it. And then I'm knocking things over, very clumsy today. Which ties in quite nicely with the black of the text and the black in the wings of the butterflies, so it all kind of fits together. So the only other thing that I could do on this one is maybe just, you've got the black from the writing as well, so you don't really need to go too mad with layering and all that kind of stuff. But if you wanted just to add a little bit of warmth into the background as well, you've got the orange and kind of apricot-y colours of those butterflies and the flowers. If you really wanted to, you could add a little bit of colour just by adding a little bit of stenciling. So I've got this is my bubble wrap stencil, currently out of stock I think on the website, but as soon as I'm able to I will get more in, and I'm going to use, let's see what we've got. Have I got rusty hinge, spiced pumpkin there. Where's my tin of, yeah, spiced marmalade, there we go. It's an archival one as well, so that might be better because it's going to be a tad more permanent, which is my preference. I'll get rid of that foam because there is one underneath there already waiting for me to go. So let's add a little bit, and I'm not going to go hugely mad on this. Just want to add a little bit of additional colour just to add some warmth. into those areas down there. See, the thing is, these archival lens, I've not really used them for a while, so they're probably on the way out. They're all probably drying up because they're not made to last. Yeah, got a little bit there, so I'll add just a little bit at the top up here. Yeah, so we've got a little bit more interest just there. And put that away, I'm not fighting with it. Stick it back underneath. There we go. And then, does it need a border? Does it need a border? Yes, let's give it a border, but let's do a bit more of a precise kind of border this time. So I'm going to grab a little ruler. Now this just happens to be a Tim Holtz ruler. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do some light, sketchy kind of black line. Just do a double tram line. I'm not putting a lot of pressure on the pen. There you go, you can see it's all kind of broken. And then just do it again. Just light. It doesn't matter if it's not perfect or exactly the same. And just do it again. Sometimes the sketchiest borders are the best. See, it's barely even touching the page on that side, on that one. So let's just go back a little bit heavier. There we go. Then on the last page, don't see many ruled lines on that journal page, but hey ho, just adding that little border all the way around kind of does help sometimes, whether it's a scribbly one or a perfectly straight one. We're not exactly perfectly straight, but you know what I mean. So I think that will do for today. So all I have to do is to sign it, and oh, it's got paint all over it though. And today's date is the 12th. No, it isn't, it's the 11th. There you go. So that's it. That is page number 13 in my volume of the dolls. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me do that today. If you have, please remember to give the video a thumbs up, and if you're so inclined, share it with your friends. But if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. That's all from me. Page 14, we're waiting to go, look. That's all from me for now. I'll see you all again very, very soon. Stay safe, stay healthy. Bye for now. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos would not be possible. Thank you.
love.